So I thought I'd do a little video about my Savage model 10T-SR from Cabela's. This is a Cabela's and/or Bass Pro Shop exclusive, I believe, from Savage. There's very little information about these things online. I really didn't even know exactly what I was getting until I actually went to the store. Called the store, verified that they had it in 6mm, which, by the way, this gun is chambered in 6mm versus the 6.5mm. Called to verify that they had it in stock, and they did. I went down to Cabela's and kind of didn't really know what I was getting exactly. I knew some of the stuff from the Cabela's website, but kind of really didn't know exactly what I was getting into until I actually had the gun in my hands. This is the model 10T, which is tactical-SR, which stands for suppressor ready, to my understanding. It's got 5/8 24 threading on the end down here for either a suppressor or a muzzle brake. This particular one with the 6mm cartridge, it's got a 26-inch 1 1/8 twist heavy barrel. I would guess it's probably considered a varmint profile. It's not a bull barrel, but it's definitely not a light gun. I think this gun is 10.4 pounds without the scope, so it's not a real light gun, but I don't mind. The weight is not an issue for me at all. So the gun also comes with the BA style tactical bolt handle and a 20 MOA scope base. So I do like that it come with the 20 MOA base, because I was going to put one on it anyway, and the BA style tactical bolt handle is pretty convenient. It is a bottom release rifle, so you have to pull the trigger in. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Pull the trigger in and push this button here and hold it, and then the bolt comes out, which I was kind of iffy about the knurling on this knob at first. Didn't know how aggressive it was going to be, but it's not bad at all. You really don't pay any attention to it. So I like that. I like that it's got the larger bolt handle. And this gun also is a bottom mag release. We got a removable mag in it. It's got 4+1, so you can put 4 in here and 1 in the chamber if you wanted 5, which I like. I was actually looking at the 12FV, and like I said, I really kind of wanted a 22-250, but at the same time I kind of wanted the 6.5 Creedmoor. 6 Creedmoor fell right in the middle between the two. This is the Hornady 108 ELDM match, and I've had good luck out of this so far. I've only shot 8 shots, but pretty good luck out of it so far. The 20 MOA scope base, I did have to trim the first 1 or 2 tangs off of. I did have to trim the front of the base a little bit because it was too long, and I was having some issues with it hitting the bell of the scope. So I trimmed it, and then I had to file these down a little bit, and I did end up bedding this to the rifle and then Loctiting it down. I went with the Vortex Crossfire 2 6-18x44 illuminated V-Brite reticle scope. I wanted an illuminated reticle, and I really just only needed a duplex to get me through deer season this year. I will probably put a better scope on this thing, more of a tactical style scope, so that I can get into a little bit of long range shooting later, but that's going to be later. I will do a video covering what I have found out about the scope. So far the scope tracks perfectly. Like I said, I've only shot 8 shots, so I cleaned the barrel when I got it, cleaned the barrel good. I got the scope rail, the Picatinny rail bedded, so that was the first couple of days. Got it all cleaned up, and then I did some shoot and clean for 5 rounds, and then took 1 3-round group. That's all that I've been able to shoot the gun. Just haven't had time. Back here I've got the target. I did another video on the target. Just took a 25-yard bore shot. Just sighted the scope in with a bore sight. Just took 1 shot, verified. I thought that was close enough for 25. You're not really, gonna know anything else after that. So that was definitely close enough. Took 1 shot at 50. This, I was planning on going to 100, but ended up just going to 50 to see. I didn't want my windage to be way off at 100, so I figured I would just check it at 50 and then back it up. So took 1 shot at 50, came down, measured from center, measured everything, made 1 scope adjustment. The following 3 shots went through these holes. This is 3, 1, 2 there, and 3. So I was pretty impressed with that. And that being said, these were 4 independent shots, 4 independent times. So I would take a shot, bring the gun in the shop over here, clean the gun, clean the bore, go set back up and take another shot. So being that this is 3 independent seating times and 3 independent shots, you know, several, at least probably around an hour between shots. Actually, these first 2 were one day. This last one was the following day. So that, I was pretty impressed with the tracking on the scope so far and the way the gun shoots. And then I went and was able to get one 3-round group off at 100. This is shot 1, shot 2, and shot 3 hit here, but I knew I pulled. When I saw the grouping on shot 1 and 2, I got pretty excited, and should have took a few more seconds to calm down, and that was my fault. I got excited and just sent it anyway. So this is about 3/4. I haven't actually measured it, but I know that that's about 3/4 of a minute, because those little lines on there, they are 1/2-inch squares. So between these 2 would be, you know, close to a 1/2 inch, and then these 2 here. So total centered of the 3, probably close to 3/4 of a minute at angle. And that's the first 3-shot group without cleaning between rounds. But I've done another video on that. But so far, I really like this gun. This is a Cabela's and Bass Pro exclusive. And like I said, there's not really much information about these guns. Oh, last thing I almost forgot. So the 12FV, which I was looking at, has just a plain synthetic stock. I was under the impression that this gun would have the same plain Jane synthetic stock, but it doesn't. I grabbed the fore end when I got home, grabbed the fore end and went to, you know, to twist it to see how bad it was. And I was thinking, man, this thing's actually really stiff. And when I popped the magazine out, you can actually see the aluminum in there. This thing has the Savage AccuStock in it, which you get mixed reviews. Some people love them, some people don't really love them online. So far, it's done me good. I have not done, I haven't checked the screws or anything, which I will, but I've only shot the gun 8 times, so I'm gonna probably shoot it a few more times and then go over everything real good, make sure everything's good and tight. But that's it. That's the Savage model 10T-SR from Cabela's, and this one is chambered in 6mm Creedmoor. So far, it's been great for me.